Hello and welcome to the Savera. This is Tinkle before you. There is a viral AI generated image that reads "All eyes on Rafah." You must have seen it already by now, as it has already been shared on Instagram 44 million times. It is also taking various other turns, but before we jump onto them, let us understand what is this trend all about. Why is the same picture being shared? Where is Rafah on the map and what threat it is under? Now, what does all eyes on Rafah mean? All eyes on Rafah is an artificial intelligence generated image with the slogan calling attention to the situation in Rafah, the southernmost city in the Gaza Strip near the border of Egypt. After the beginning of Israel's war on Gaza, Israel began bombing it from the north and moved down, displacing Palestinians from their homes as they fled south to seek shelter. By February, about half of Gaza's 2.3 million population had been pushed into Rafah when Israel said it planned to launch a ground operation on Rafah, claiming Hamas 4 brigades, the Palestinian groups that governs the strip, were there. The announcement was condemned worldwide. In the February, Richard Perpicorn, who represents WHO for Gaza and the occupied West Bank, said all eyes are on the impending Rafah offensive. Amira Kvash, a UK-based Palestinian Iraqi-American artist and researcher whose work explores the effect of AI on Palestine lives and narratives, told that the all eyes on Rafah likely originated from his statement. Since then, this slogan has been appearing on protest posters and other social media platforms. Now let us talk about what exactly is happening in Rafah. On Sunday, 2 days after the International Court of Justice, the ICJ ordered Israel to halt its offensive on Rafah. Israel bombardment killed at least 45 people in Al-Mawasi in the western Rafah. It at least killed 45 people in Al-Mawasi in western Rafah, which was previously declared a safe zone. Another Israeli attack killed 21 in a displacement camp west of Rafah on Tuesday. At least 12 of those killed were women. Air attacks were reported on Wednesday morning. Israel has killed at least 36,171 people in Gaza since October 7, according to the Ministry of Health in Gaza said. Now, what does all eyes on Rafah image look like? The AI-generated image shows an aerial view of camps set out in the orderly rows of tents nestled between what looks like a snowy peaks. In the middle, some lighter colored tents are arranged to spell out all eyes on Rafah, a clear blue sky with cotton ball cloud sky in the background. Rafah looks nothing like that. It has skies that are grey with smoke of Israeli bombs, and there are no orderly rows of tents. Many are smoldering after being bombed with their occupants still inside, and debris is scattered between them. Rafah is also far more crowded, with an estimated 1.4 million people seeking refuge from Israel's bombs in February, according to the United Nations. Following Israel's strike on Rafah, killing 45 people, the United Nations experts have issued the call for decisive international actions and called for immediate sanctions and arms embargo against Israel. At least 45 people were killed and 200 others were injured after the Israeli strike hit a camp for displaced people, according to the government and media office in Gaza reported. Shortly after attacks, the Israel Defense Forces, the IDF, announced that 2 senior Hamas officials had been killed after targeting a Hamas compound. The Israeli attack followed Hamas' first rocket attack on the Israeli city of the Tel Aviv in the months. The group of experts called for an independent probe into the attack of Rafah. The UN special proceedings took to social media X and stated, UN experts outraged by Israeli attacks on civilians sheltering in Rafah camps, demanding international investigation, sanctions and arms embargo, calling the strikes a mistake. Do not make them legal. Bring back those who were killed, or give comfort to the grieving survivors. Office of United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights issued a statement stressing that these barbaric attacks are flagrant violation of international law. Harrowing images of destruction, displacement and death have emerged from Rafah, including infants torn apart and people burnt alive, the experts said. Reports emerging from the ground indicate that these strikes were indiscriminate and disproportionate, with people trapped inside burning plastic tents, leading to a horrific casualty toll, it read. They further expressed deep frustration at the international community's failure to stop Israel's assault on Gaza. They demanded an independent international investigation into the attacks on the Rafah displacement camps. Those responsible for these atrocities must be held to account, the experts said. Following the flow of arms into Israel must stop immediately. It is abundantly clear that these people are using weapons to brutally kill and maim Palestinian civilians, the UN experts said. Moreover, they also demanded unimpeded humanitarian access to Gaza and end to the blockade and restrictions on the delivery of life-saving aid to the civilians in the region. The UN experts expressed deep frustration at the international community's failure to come together and stop Israel's brutal assault, which has endangered Palestinians and Israelis hostages alike. This cannot be tolerated, the experts said, adding that an immediate and permanent ceasefire coupled with meaningful measures to document and ensure accountability for the atrocities and secure the fundamental rights of Palestinians in the Gaza are the only path forward to salvage our shared humanity. Well, that's all for now. For more major updates, stay tuned to the Savera.